Now with me, let's create a flat Helta neck top for my tiny body. So first of all, this is my pattern paper. Now, I'm going to measure my neck. So this is my neck. I'm trying to measure. I have 6 inches. I divide that by 2 and it's giving me 3. That's what I'm marking out. Next thing is to measure the opening where I want it to stop from my neck down to my back. So for that, I'm having 14 inches. And from here, I'm going to mark 14 inches there. And I'm going to back that out. The next thing now is from my back now, I'm going to measure 3 inches down. So measuring that 3 inches down, where that's where I wanted to stop. And that's what I'm marking out here. The next thing now is the length. Now for the length, I'm going for 17 inches. And I'm going to mark 17 inches in my paper. Now before I do that, I'm going to come down here by 1 inch. And I'm also going to, from the shoulder, draw a little bit of slope to connect them together. Now that's because we don't want to choke because we're trying to do shakara. So that is just it. Now the next thing, I'm going to go ahead to mark the 17 inches from that point down. Now with my ruler, I'm going to draw a perfect straight line down to that 3 inches mark. Then we're going to come down here like this on this other end too. And we're going to rotate the paper and then we're going to connect this dot here down to the 17 inches line at the center front of the paper, and the pattern is ready. But before it's fully ready, you have to make sure that you include seam allowances, 1/2 inch seam allowances all around this before it's fully ready. The next thing is just to go ahead and cut them out. Next is this beautiful, oh god, this beautiful material. It's so beautiful. I so much love the color, but guess what? It is a cotton lining. Yes, I so much love it, but then I'm going to try and make sure that I do it in a way that, it's going to look like it's a normal fabric. But please, if you're going to be creating this, please try and make sure you use a normal fabric. Or if you're going to be using cotton lining like me, please get a lining to line the lining. Thank you so much. So because it is very transparent, just like what you're seeing, see my hand. Because it is very transparent, well, I had to fold this into 4 places just so that it can actually come in together. You understand? So that you can literally hide it a bit. So it wouldn't be too transparent. So right now, this is 2. And with this on top, this is already 2. Now that is 4. So that's what I'm going to use to cut this out. Now with the help of my phone pouch, which is so adorable, I'm going to place that on the pattern and then I'm going to use that to cut this out just so that it wouldn't move, Now once that is done, I'm going to cut out the handle for this, and then the handle you can definitely use any type of width that you'd want, and also cut the length as long as you would want it. So let's start sewing. Now I'm going to fold it like a bias form, okay? That's what I'm going to be doing, and then I'm going to go ahead to sew it. But first of all, hi from my new machine. I mean, it's a DIY stuff I did, so yeah, that was by the way. Let's go ahead and sew this. So what I'm saying right now is what you're going to use to create the loops at the back of the top. So that's what I'm doing right now. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to do the same thing for the rope. So once that was done, I had to go ahead to start sewing the main fabric. So now I'm going to open it up like this, and from this point I'm going to start from the neckline here. I'm going to start sewing with just 1/2 inch from this point. So remember the 1/2 inch that we used, that's what you're going to use. So you're going to sew from here all the way around to the other end of the neckline. So once you've gotten to this point, what you're going to do is to bring in one of those loops that we created, and then you're going to cut it into 2. Now, one of this is going to go for the top part of the back and also the down part of the back. So you're going to fold one of them like this again inwards, and you're also going to go ahead to place it inside the fabric like this. The one inside has already the right side, so this one out is the wrong side. So that's why you're placing it like that. You're going to place it here, sew it down, place it there, sew it down, and then sew it all the way around to the other side. Now, during the sewing of the rope, here is what we did once we got to the center of the rope. Now, at the center, we had to mark out our 6 inches. The neckline was 6 inches. So we divided that by 2, and that gave us 3. So from the beginning, we had to make sure that at the center, we'll mark out that 6 inches, which will not leave out like a space. So I will not use that to incorporate the neckline of the main fabric. The next thing I did was to use the neckline of the body to turn it right side out. Now it's time for the final piece. So for the final piece, we are going to make sure we insert the neckline into the rope that we created. So remember that 6 inches space that we left? Yeah, this is the reason why we did that. So now you're going to place this inside, and from there, we're going to sew it down to the very end. And please remember to overlap it just like the way you would use a bias to turn a neckline of a fabric. So after this step, I'm just going to go ahead to give a very nice press, and that is it. But then, like I said, this is a flat Helta neck. That means I just picked it up from the paper, no darts, no anything, and I just went ahead to sew it. So if you're on the larger side, well, I don't think this might really be okay for you. But there's another style that actually accommodates every single body type and shape. So if you want a tutorial on that, let me know in the comment section. Just say the word and it shall be done. So that is just it. Now, can you share this video if it was helpful? Thank you.